Hello students, today we are going to discussing about the 15th group elements other properties. We discussed some of the properties yesterday and the previous session we discussed some of the properties. Now we are going to discussing other properties of this 15th group elements. The first one is oxidation states. Oxidation states. 15th group elements. 15th group elements common oxidation state. Common oxidation states are -3, +3, +1. These are the common oxidation states, -3, +3 and +1. Along with these three oxidation states, nitrogen exhibit number of oxidation states. Nitrogen exhibit number of other oxidation states. Other oxidation states also. Along with these things, nitrogen exhibit other oxidation states. For example, in N2, what is the oxidation state of nitrogen? It is +1. Find out the oxidation state. 2x minus 2 is equal to 0. 2x is equal to 2, x is equal to +1. In nitric oxide, its oxidation state is +2. In dinitrogen trioxide, or simply called as nitrogen sesquioxide. Its oxidation state is +3. In NO2, the oxidation state is +4. In N2O5, the oxidation states are +5. N2 molecule. In elementary state, what is the oxidation state? 0. Elementary state of any element shows the oxidation state 0. In hydrozoic acid, N3H. In hydrozoic acid, the oxidation state is -1/3. In ammonia, the oxidation state is -3. So along with these -3, +3 and +5 oxidation state, nitrogen exhibit other oxidation states also. Then what happens to the stability of these oxidation states? While moving from top to bottom, higher oxidation state stability decreases, lower oxidation state stability increases. While moving from top to bottom, higher oxidation state stability decreases, lower oxidation state stability increases. So even though the common oxidation states are -3, +3, +5, but negative oxidation states are exhibited by nitrogen and phosphorus. After that, this negative oxidation state become very less stable. So nitrogen, phosphorus shows negative oxidation states also. Right. nitrogen, phosphorus. Shows -3 oxidation states. Means remaining elements negative oxidation states are very unstable because these two elements have somewhat more electronegativities. +5 higher oxidation state is +5. Oxidation state +5 oxidation state, stability decreases, and +3 oxidation state, stability increases while moving from top to bottom, from nitrogen to bismuth, due to inert pair effect. Due to inert pair effect. So what is inert pair effect? Inert pair effect means reluctance of valency shell NH2 electrons to participate in bond formation. Reluctance of NH2 electrons to participate in bond formation. Reluctance of NH2 electrons to participate in bond formation is known as the inert pair effect. So we will look at this inert pair effect in these group elements. General electronic configuration of these group elements are NH2, Np2. If these three electrons only participated in bond formation, we will get +3 oxidation state. If these three electrons only participated in bond formation, we will get +3 oxidation state. If 3 electrons are gained by this atom, then we will get the -3 oxidation state. Along with these 3 electrons, if Ns electrons also participated, means loosed during the bond formation, then we will observe +5 oxidation state. So when these 2 electrons along with these 3 electrons are also participated in bond formation, loosed during the bond formation, then we will get the +5 oxidation state. But due to inert pair effect, these NH2 electrons are not going to participate in bond formation. Due to inert pair effect, these NH2 electrons are not going to participate in bond formation. So when these 2 electrons does not participate in bond formation, you are not going to expect +5 oxidation state. Hence, which oxidation state is possible? Only +3 oxidation state is possible. This +3 oxidation state, when we are moving top to bottom, means from nitrogen to bismuth, bismuth +3 oxidation state become stable. Bismuth +3 oxidation state become stable, and bismuth +5 oxidation state become unstable. That is the inert pair effect. Reluctance of ns2 electrons to participate in bond formation. When these two electrons are not participating in bond formation, you will not see the +5 oxidation state at ordinary conditions. You will see only the lower +3 oxidation state. This inert pair effect in 15th group elements were shown by Bismuth. In 15th group exhibits inert pair effect hence its +3 oxidation state is stable. +5 is unstable. +5 oxidation state is unstable. Can clear this? The next property is hydrides. Hydrides. So what are meant by hydrides? When an element reacts with hydrogen, then the formed compounds are known as hydrides. When an element reacts with hydrogen, the formed compounds are known as hydrides. The the compounds formed by the reaction between the element and the hydrogen. 15th group elements forms NH3, general formula hydrides. 15th group elements forms NH3, general formula hydrides. So we will look at this NH3 general formula hydrides afterwards. Look at some more points about this. Along with these hydrides, nitrogen forms nitrogen, phosphorus. Nitrogen and phosphorus forms N2H4 and P2H4 hydrides also. This is called diphosphine. This is hydrogen. Nitrogen also forms N3H. Its name is hydrozoic acid. Nitrogen also forms N3H. This is an monobasic acid. So 15th group elements hydrides general formula is MH3. 15th group elements hydrides general formula is NH3. Means all the elements in 15th group elements forms this general formula containing hydrides. Along with this MH3 general formula hydrides, nitrogen and phosphorus forms hydrogen and diphosphide. These two hydrides also, which is not this formula. N2H4 and P2H4 means remaining elements arsenic, antimony, bismuth does not form this kind of hydrides. Next, nitrogen only forms, nitrogen also forms N3H hydrozoic acid. N3H, its name is hydrozoic acid. N3H hydride also. Means remaining elements does not forming this kind of hydride. Now we are discussing about this hydride. MH3 general formula having MH3 hydrides. Here N stands for 15th group elements. Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. These are the N. Substitute all these elements in N. NH3, PH3, ASH3, SPH3, BiH3. NH3 is called ammonia. This one is called phosphine. This one is arsine. This one is styrene. This one is bismuthine. This one is bismuthine. Ammonia, phosphine, arsine, styrene and bismuthine. Now we are going to look at this hydrides properties. Ammonia is a colorless, pungent odor, non-poisonous, gas. Ammonia is a colorless, pungent odor, non-poisonous gas. What about the remaining things? PH3, ASH3, SPH3 and BiH3. These are poisonous gases. These are the poisonous gases. PH3, ASH3, SPH3, BiH3 are the poisonous gases. Then what happens to the sterility and all other properties? Ease of formation decreases from top to bottom. Ease of formation. From NH3 to BiH3 decreases. Ease of formation from NH3 to BiH3 decreases. It means ammonia is formed easily formation of BaH3 is somewhat difficult. Ease of formation decreases from NH3 to BaH3. Means ammonia is formed easily. The formation of BaH3 is somewhat difficult. Next, look at the stability. The thing which is formed easily is more stable. The thing which is formed easily is the most stable. The thing which does not form easily is somewhat unstable. So, as we see the order of formation, ammonia is forming more easily than BaH3. So, the thing which is formed more easily, ammonia is formed more easily. So, which is more stable? Ammonia is more stable. So, stability order. Stability. From ammonia to BaH3 decreases. So the thing which is formed easily is more stable. So which is formed more easily, ammonia is formed more easily, hence ammonia is more stable than BaH3. So the stability decreases from ammonia to BaH3. Next one. When we moving from top to bottom, that means from nitrogen to bismuth, atomic size increases. Atomic size increases. When atomic size increases, bond length also increases. When atomic size increases, bond length also increases. Suppose look at here. This is nitrogen atom and this one is hydrogen atom. Bond length is this one. From this nucleus to from here. This is the bond. This is the M atom, means 15th group elements. This one is the hydrogen, and the distance between these two nucleus is bond length. When we move from nitrogen to phosphorus, when we move from nitrogen to phosphorus, atomic size increases. So this is the phosphorus atomic size. Hydrogen atomic size remains same. So this is the bond length. When atomic size increases, what happens to the bond length? It also increases. Now look at it from AsH3. Atomic size of arsenic this much, hydrogen atomic size is this one. This is the bond length. So now you can see clearly that as the central atom atomic size increases, so which one of the central atoms in these hydrides? 15th group elements are the central atom. As the atomic size increases, bond length increases. As the atomic size increases, bond length increases. When bond length increases, bond strength decreases. When bond length increases, bond strength decreases. When bond strength decreases, stability also decreases. So we will write that one. From NH3 to BaH3, bond length increases. When NH3 to BaH3, bond length increases. When bond length increases, bond strength decreases. You can imagine this one like this. Take two threads. One is short length thread and another one is lengthy thread. Length of the thread, imagine the length of the thread as bond length. Short length thread have less bond length. Lengthy thread have more bond length. Short length thread have less bond length. Lengthy thread have more bond length. So which thread can be broken down easily? Lengthy thread or short length thread? We can broken down this lengthy thread. Now when we apply the somewhat force, this lengthy thread easily broken down. So as bond length increases, bond strength is decreasing. So thermal stability. Thermal stability means simply you can say stability. Thermal stability decreases from NH3 to BaH3. Thermal stability decreases from NH3 to BaH3. Means which one is more stable? NH3 is more stable. Which one is unstable? BaH3 is somewhat unstable. Once again, we will look at of this hydrides. 15th group elements forms NH3 general formula having hydrides. Along with this NH3 general formula hydrides, nitrogen and phosphorus also forms N2H4 hydrogen, P2H4 diphosphine hydrides also. This formula contains hydrides. Nitrogen forms this hydride N3H formula containing hydride. Its name is hydrochloric acid. Remaining elements does not form like that hydride. We will discuss especially of this NH3 general formula containing hydrides. Here M stands for 15th group elements: nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, and bismuth. Instead of M, I am substituting these elements NH3, BH3, ASH3, SBH3, BH. NH3 is ammonia, BH3 phosphine, ASH3 arsine, SBH3 stibine, BAH3 bismuth. Now look at the properties of these elements. NH3 is a colorless gas. It has the pungent odor. It is a non-poisonous gas. pH3, ASH3, SBH3 and BAH3 are poisonous gases. Formation of NH3 is easy, but the formation of BAH3 is difficult. Hence, ease of formation decreases from ammonia to BAH3. Stability decreases from NH3 to BAH3. The compound which is formed easily is more stable. The compound which is formed easily is more stable. So, which compound forming easily? NH3 forming easily. Hence, NH3 is more stable. Formation of BAH3 is somewhat not easy. Hence, BAH3 stability is less. As central atom size increases, bond length increases. As central atom size increases, bond length increases. Hence, we can say like this: from ammonia to BAH3, bond length increases. When bond length is increasing, bond strength decreases. Hence, thermal stability decreases from NH3 to BaH3. Okay, now we will look some of the other properties. Look at here, thermal stability decreasing from NH3 to BaH3 means dissociation of ammonia is not easy. Dissociation of ammonia is not easy. So which one dissociate easily? BaH3 dissociate easily. Ammonia does not dissociate easily, but BaH3 dissociate easily. When these compounds dissociate, when these hydrates dissociate, we will get that 15th group element and hydrogen. We will get 15th group element and hydrogen. This hydrogen readily attacks another compound. The released hydrogen readily attacks another compound, another substance. Means on dissociation of these hydrides, these substance releasing hydrogen, this released hydrogen reducing other compounds. This released hydrogen reducing the other compounds. Now think which compound releases hydrogen easily. The compound which dissociates easily releases hydrogen easily. That compound reduces other substance more easily. So which is reducing more, which is dissociating easily? BaH3 is dissociating easily. So which one releases hydrogen easily? BaH3 releases hydrogen easily. So which one reduces the other substance easily? BaH3 reduces the other substance easily. Hence, the reduction capacity increases from ammonia to BaH3. All these are the reducing agents. All are reducing agents. All are reducing agents. Reducing capacity increases from NH3 to BaH3. Reducing agents. The reducing capacity increases from NH3 to BaH3. Next. All these hydrates have one lone pair of electrons. All these hydrates have one lone pair of electrons. The elements which are having the compounds which are having lone pair of electrons can donate this lone pair of electrons. The substance which donates this lone pair of electron and forms coordinate covalent bonding are known as Lewis bases. So you know the definition of Lewis bases. So what is Lewis bases? Lewis bases are the compounds which donate a pair of electrons to other substance and forms coordinate covalent bonding. Which donate a pair of electrons to other substance and forms the coordinate covalent bonding. So all these hydrates have the lone pair of electrons. So all these hydrates can donate the electron pair to other substance. So all are Lewis bases. All these hydrates are Lewis bases. All are Lewis bases. Then what happens to the Lewis base capacity while moving from ammonia to BaH3? This Lewis base capacity decreases from ammonia to BaH3. And its capacity decreases from NH3 to BaH3. The capacity decreases from NH3 to BaH3. All are Lewis bases. All are Lewis bases and their capacity decreases, means electron pair donation capacity decreases from NH3 to BaH3. So when an electron pair is donating, they form coordinate covalent bonding, dative bonding. So NH3 can donate the electron pair more easily. BaH3 cannot donate the electron pair more easily. So which forms which one forms the dative bond more easily? Ammonia to dating the electron more easily. So which one forms the dative bonding more easily? Ammonia forms the dative bonding more easily. So dative bonding forming capacity, ammonia have more while moving from top to bottom. As basic nature decreases, Lewis base capacity also decreases. Dative bond forming capacity. Dative bond forming capacity decreases from NH3 to BiH. Dative bond forming capacity decreases from NH3 to BiH. Next, we will look at the structural bond angles, all those things. Ammonia is sp3 hybridization. Bond angle is 107 degrees, 28 minutes. Shape is pyramid. Shape of the molecule is pyramidal. What about the remaining things? Remaining pH3, ASH3, SpH3, BAH3, these things does not involve in hybridization. These things does not involve in hybridization. When they are not involved in hybridization, their bond angles are not this much. Their bond angles are not this much. They have the less bond angles. They have the less bond angles. Take the pH3. No hybridization. Bond angle is 93 degrees, 28 minutes. ASH3. Bond angle is nearly 91 degrees, 80 minutes. BiH3. Its bond angle is nearly 90 point something. Means what happening to the bond angle? Bond angle is decreasing from top to bottom. Bond angle decreases from top to bottom. Why this bond angle is decreasing? This thing does not involve in hybridization. These things does not involve in hybridization. Only ammonia is involved in hybridization. As the central atom size increases and the other atom remains the same, bond angles decreases. We discussed about this thing in first year chemical bonding. As central atom atomic size increases, when other atoms remains the same, the bond angles decreases. Okay, the next one is anomalous properties of nitrogen. Anomalous properties of nitrogen. what are the anomalous properties? Why nitrogen shows the anomalous properties? Anomalous properties means different properties. In general, same group elements exhibit similar properties. Same group elements exhibit similar properties. But the properties of nitrogen is somewhat different than the properties of other elements in this group. The properties of nitrogen is different, somewhat different, not all the things. Some of the properties of nitrogen are different than the other elements' properties. Why this is happening? Due to small atomic size, high electronegativity, high ionization potentials, high ionization energies, and absence of d orbitals. These anomalous properties are due to these things. Anomalous properties of nitrogen is due to small atomic size of nitrogen, high electronegativity of nitrogen, high ionization energies of nitrogen, and the absence of d orbitals. Nitrogen contains only two shells. Two shells mean in second shell only s and p orbitals are there. d orbitals are absent. So nitrogen does not contain d orbital. Hence nitrogen shows some abnormal properties. Now we will discuss what are those abnormal properties. Due to absence of d orbitals, covalency of nitrogen is restricted to 4. Covalency of nitrogen is restricted to 4. Remaining elements exhibit shows covalency as 6. Remaining elements exhibit covalency as 6. Why this nitrogen covalency is restricted to 4 only? Because it does not contain the d orbitals, but remaining elements have the d orbitals. So electrons can enter into those vacant d orbitals and make a bond formation. Next one, due to interelectronic repulsions, nitrogen bond energy is less. Nitrogen bond energy is less. Remaining elements bond energy is somewhat more than this nitrogen. So why nitrogen is a small atom. Nitrogen is a small atom. Hence, when these small atoms comes very close to each other, these lone pair of electrons is going to repel each other. When repulsion takes place, bond length increases. When bond length increases, bond strength decreases. So here between n and n, we can expect the repulsive forces between the electrons. Hence, bond energy decreases when compared with other elements. Next, another anomalous property is nitrogen can form multiple bodies. Nitrogen can form multiple bonds, but remaining elements does not. Only phosphorus forms the multiple bonds also with more electronegative elements, but the remaining elements does not form the multiple bonds. So these are the anomalous properties of nitrogen. So what are the causes for anomalous properties? Small atomic size, high electronegativity, high ionization energies are the causes for anomalous properties. Due to absence of d orbitals, this covalency of nitrogen is restricted to 4. Remaining elements covalence can be increased to 6. Due to interelectronic repulsions, nitrogen bond energy is less. Nitrogen can form the multiple bonds with more electronegative elements, but the remaining elements does not show the multiple bonding. Only phosphorus forms the multiple bonds. The next topic is oxides. Oxides. Fifteenth group elements forms trioxides and pentoxides. Generally, the 15th group elements forms trioxides and pentoxides. Forms trioxides of general formula M2O3 and pentoxides of general formula M2. The 15th group elements forms trioxides of general formula M2O3 and pentoxides of general formula M2O5. But nitrogen forms other oxides also. For example, N2O, NO, N2O3, NO2, like these oxides. N2O4, like these oxides. Along with this, trioxides and pentoxides. So generally, all elements forms trioxides and pentoxides, but nitrogen forms other oxides also along with this trioxides and pentoxides. Now we are going to looking at some of the properties of trioxides and pentoxides. Here I am writing trioxides, here I am writing pentoxides. M stands for 15th group elements. M is the 15th group element. Substitute nitrogen instead of M, then you get N2O3. You will get the N2O3. This N2O3 is acidic. It is in monomeric form. We will write all these things afterwards. Next, take another oxide, P2O3. Actually, this P2O3 is not available as P2O3. It is available in the form of dimer, P4O6. These two are acidic. AS4O6. AS4O6 means AS2O3. Sb4O6. These two are amphoteric. These two are amphoteric. Bi2O3. This one is basic in nature. N2O3 is monomeric. P4O6, AS4O6, Sb4O6, these are dimers. Ba2O3, again this one is monomer. Now look at the pentoxides. N2O5, this one is a monomer. Phosphorus pentoxide, arsenic pentoxide, these are dimers. Bi2O5, very unstable. This one is very unstable. All are acidic in nature. All pentoxides. All acidic. And their acidic nature decreases from top to bottom. Acidic nature decreases from N2O5 to Bi2O5. Actually, we are not going to consider Bi2O5. Simply, we will end at Sb4O10. Some other properties, we will look at some other properties. When these trioxides are hydrolyzed, when dissolved in water, they give the us acids, trioxides, forms us acids with water. Trioxides forms us acids with water. Suppose you take P4O6 and this one is dissolved in water, you will get H3PO3. You will get the H3PO3. When pentoxides are dissolved in water, they give weak acids. Its name is phosphorus acid. And pentoxides zinc oxides with water forms zinc acids. Pentoxides with water forms zinc acids. Example for pentoxide P4O10. When this one reacts with water, you will get H3PO4. Its name is phosphoric acid. Its name is phosphoric acid. Pentoxides are more acidic than trioxides. And the next thing is, as the oxidation state of oxides increases, acidic nature increases. As oxidation state of oxides, only for oxides, increases, acidic nature increases. For example, N2O, NO, we'll move from here, NO, N2O3, NO2 and N2O5. Here nitrogen oxidation state is +2, here +3, +4 and +5. So which is more acidic? N2O5 is more acidic. As oxidation state of oxides increases, acidic nature increases.